Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing some more shorter-term technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets because, guys, in today's video, we are going to be discussing the fact that Bitcoin is now testing the 20 daily exponential moving average, one of the first things that Bitcoin needs to break for Bitcoin to be going up into a new short-term uptrend. We've talked about that in previous videos. Bitcoin first needs to break the 20-day EMA, then we have a downtrend of resistance we need to break, and then we need to break our local high at $9,800, and from there, Bitcoin would be in an uptrend and Bitcoin would be heading up. We, however, have not broken any of those yet, but today we are testing the 20-day EMA. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what that means for Bitcoin and where we may be heading from here. Guys, Bitcoin is at a critical decision point, and if Bitcoin makes the correct decision here, we may be seeing a major return to volatility, which would be what I would hope would happen because Bitcoin has been relatively boring lately, and I would very much like to see something interesting happen to our favorite cryptocurrency. So guys, we are going to be diving into all of that in today's video. If you do enjoy today's video, consider hitting that like and subscribe button down below. Really helps out the channel when you do that. But without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. As you guys have just seen from that information panel, we have some scum-sucking losers in our comment section trying to impersonate me and scam you with WhatsApp and fake email accounts and everything. Guys, there's a reason that they put all the spaces in between the email because I've blocked the usage of putting emails in the comment section. Guys, this is just ridiculous. If you're impersonating me and you're watching this video, get a life, you loser. Seriously, you suck. Do it the right way like I did. I worked my ass off for this. Do it the right way. I don't understand these people. Anyway, we're not going to get into that here. We are going to get into some analysis, so let's jump onto the chart. Anyway, guys, as we were talking about in the intro, Bitcoin is now testing the 20 daily exponential moving average right here. And in fact, overnight, Bitcoin used a candle wick to jump up above it. We rallied to about $9,280 before Bitcoin realized, wait a second, we are in bullish breakout territory and we're not quite ready there. So Bitcoin fell back below. As you can see at the time of recording this video, Bitcoin is trading exactly on the 20-day EMA, which is a very bullish sign. As we can see a few days ago, Bitcoin only rallied there on the candle wick. Now we've rallied above it and we're rallying there on the candle body. We've talked about in previous videos about how Bitcoin is in a bit of a shallow downtrend for the next couple of weeks until we start breaking levels of resistance, the very first one being the 20-day EMA. The next level of resistance after that to beat actually lines up with the 50-day SMA right now, which would be this downtrend of resistance right here. And following that, Bitcoin needs to get above $9,800. If we are able to do all of those things, then Bitcoin will be setting higher highs. We're already setting higher lows. As you can see, we do have a higher low on our candle wicks down there, so that would be the beginning and the genesis of a new uptrend on Bitcoin, which could lead to very bullish things because we are sitting below some very long-term heavy resistance on the longer-term downtrending level of resistance that we see right here. As you guys are likely aware, even though we've had a bearish death cross between the 20 and the 50 on the daily chart, out on the weekly chart, Bitcoin has seen a bullish golden cross, and in fact, we've just opened a new weekly candlestick, so we've definitely locked that in now. The 20 has rallied above the 50, and as I showed you guys a second ago, that is only the fourth time in the history of the cryptocurrency that's ever happened. When that happens, that almost invariably starts a bull market. In fact, not almost, it does invariably start a bull market if you look at the history of that, but we've talked about that a lot. One thing I also want to show you guys is something that some people have been talking about in the comments section down below regarding a major cross that happened about a week ago. We had the 100 daily simple moving average cross above the 200 daily simple moving average, which is a very good sign because as you guys will know, the alignment of moving averages is very important. In these videos right over here in CT2A, we talk about in several different videos about a concept called the alignment of moving averages. Specifically in our video on bull and bear markets, we talk about how the alignment of moving averages characterize bull and bear markets. For example, in a bull market, you're going to see the shortest term moving averages on top and the longer term moving averages on the bottom. So in our case, since we use the 20, 50, 100, and 200, in a bull market, you see 20 on top, 50 right below that, 100 right below that, and 200 right below that. Look at the market now, and you're going to see now after this cross, Bitcoin has the 100 above the 200, meaning we're one step closer to a fully bullish stack of moving averages. The next thing we need is the 20 to get above the 50, and then we'd have the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200 all in alignment. What that would mean is that if Bitcoin does go into an uptrend, the 20-day EMA is very fast moving, so we would probably have a bullish cross between these two relatively shortly, and that could mean within the next week to two, if Bitcoin goes into an uptrend, that we could see a fully bullish alignment of the moving averages, 20, 50, 100, 200 from top to bottom, which is a bull market signal, among the other ones that we've already seen, such as the bullish cross out on the weekly chart. But of course, those aren't the only things that we need to look at on Bitcoin. We also need things like volatility, volume, investor interest. All of these other things need to be in alignment for Bitcoin to go into a bull market, even a rally. So if we look at the volume here, you can see there's not much volume, but you also need to remember it's, as I'm recording this, 10:22 a.m. Eastern time. On a Monday, which means we're coming out of the weekend. Volume's going to be low. Let's watch the volume for the next 72 hours. Let's watch the chart for the next 72 hours, see if we get a little bit of bullish strength, and we very well may have some volume coming back into the space, and that would be a very good early warning sign of a potential uptrend. For right now, guys, if Bitcoin is still below this level right here, when this video is done recording, I'm going to show you a trade, and that would be that you could enter a position around $9,260 to $70 and hold it until we hit the 50 moving average at $9,389. That's only about a 1.5% move, but if you're using something like 10 to 25x leverage, if you're experienced, by the way, we do have a Bybit referral link down below. If you were using leverage on that, that is a trade that you can make relatively safely. In fact, if we go ahead and set this up, it's pretty obvious how you would set this up. You'd want to have an entry around 92.70, like we said, and you'd want to have a stop loss almost immediately below the 20 DEMA. And if we look at that trade, as you can see, it's a small trade, but it is a 3 times risk to reward ratio trade, which is a very good thing. And by the way, what you can do, for example, is leave half of your money in the trade and only exit half the position at the 50, and then bet on the market moving to the upside. What you would do then is you'd reset your stop loss right here, and you're effectively in a half-size trade twice as far to the upside, so you're continuing the trade that you're already in, and it has a potential to have an even higher risk-reward ratio if you play it right. Now, all of that's just speculation, and that is dependent, of course, on Bitcoin breaking out in the first place, but if that does come to pass, that's a trade that you can make. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is simply my friendly advice, not the same kind of FA, so don't sue me. Every trade that you make is your own responsibility, even not for legal reasons. You guys need to understand that for self-developmental reasons. And like I said, guys, if you do want to leverage trade Bitcoin, don't do it if you've been in the market for less than like 2 years. But if you've been in the space for a while and you want to increase your profits while also increasing your risk, like I said, there is a Bybit link down below. Anyway, let's continue. Many times when I'm working in the market, what I will do is I will see myself in different moods. And right now, the mood that I'm in is kind of on a watchman's mood. I'm sitting on the walls waiting to see if the enemies are coming. I'm waiting to see if Bitcoin is about to have a breakout. Because if Bitcoin does have any kind of breakout here, that greatly piques my interest. Until that happens, though, I'm still considering Bitcoin in a downtrend and to be relatively boring. So I'm waiting to see just about anything flip, any switches flip, any levels of resistance get broken. And that's really the state I think we should all be in right now. Not necessarily in a position, but definitely being ready for one if something presents itself. And that doesn't just mean looking at the chart. That also means looking at the fundamentals, reading the news, watching the global economy, and much, much more. Over on Google Trends, we can see that for 2 weeks now, Bitcoin search volume has actually flatlined at 48. Almost looks like the left half of some kind of bowl or almost like a cup formation. We very well may see this interest start trending to the upside, but we don't have that data yet, so we'll have to wait another week. Keep an eye on that, because if that starts ticking to the upside, that is going to be one of the red flags, one of the early warning signs of a new bullish rally. As I've said, guys, we don't have anything yet, but we're getting very close, and I warn you, be on watch, be on lookout, because if Bitcoin is a breakout, it's going to happen like that. It's going to happen so freaking fast, it's not even going to be funny. I remember when Bitcoin crashed back in March during the Corona pandemic scare. Bitcoin moved. I watched Bitcoin move over $1,000 in 15 minutes. Bitcoin moves quickly when it starts moving, so you need to be vigilant. You need to be watching these charts. You need to have alerts set up. You can have those set up on TradingView. You can have them set up on Bybit. You can have them set up on Binance. You can have them set up on apps on your phone. You can have them set up everywhere. Make sure you're using alerts of some kind as well. But the main point of this video is to tell you that we are very close to something. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but if it does, be ready for it, because there's trading opportunities in all of this. Guys, I encourage you during this time to continue investing in your education, continue working. For those of you guys who have joined CT2A, make sure you keep watching those videos, because I do think volatility is coming back to Bitcoin this month, at the very latest next month, and when it does, there's going to be a lot of money to be made, more so than there is right now. It's in these downtimes, it's in these periods of low volatility, in these boring periods on Bitcoin that you need to be spending time working on your brain. As I told a friend of mine earlier who's getting into Bitcoin, you need to learn before you can earn. If you want to trade Bitcoin and you want to do it profitably, you need to be able to read these markets. And this isn't leading into a sales pitch on CT2A. You can learn Bitcoin however you want. That's simply one resource. But I do encourage you guys, focus on your education right now. It's very, very important that you are ready for what's coming to Bitcoin, because I do personally think that a major bull market is coming. We've seen all the technical indicators. The fundamentals are in place. The underlying intrinsic value for Bitcoin is shooting up. The stock-to-flow ratio is rallying. We've seen a halving. Many things are falling into place. The development on the back end is going wild. The altcoin cycle, it seemingly may be starting. We'll talk about that in a future video. Good things are coming to Bitcoin. Good things are coming to this channel too, and I hope you guys see that. If you don't see the writing on the wall, make sure you're researching to make sure you understand that writing. I've been working in this space for 3 years, every single day, and sometimes I still don't see things that seemingly are obvious to others. So make sure you're focusing on your education, your investment in your brain, not just in Bitcoin. There are people that will spend 12 hours a day trading Bitcoin, and they'll spend 0 hours a day learning, reading markets, reading news, investing in themselves, reading books, doing anything that will help them grow. If you are not investing in your education outside of trading and investing, you're going to get experience that way, but you're not necessarily going to learn a whole lot of new things. You're going to be flat. You're going to be flatlining. But if you're continuing to invest in your education, guys, that goes exponential. That's not just a linear, that's not just a line to the upside. That goes parabolic. So make sure you're always investing in your education. It was Socrates who said, the ancient oracle said that I'm the wisest of all of the Greeks, and that is because I, of all Greeks, know that I know nothing. And the really cool thing about that quote is that it gets better with time, because imagine all of the things that Socrates didn't know. There's no wiser statement than for you to be humble. There's no wiser statement than to say that you know nothing. There's no wiser thing to do than to continue investing in your education, so make sure you are doing just that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I do think big things are coming to Bitcoin. It's just a matter of when, not if. So if you agree with that, let me know in the comment section down below. If you don't, let me know also. I'd love to hear your take on all of this in the comment section right below this video. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it for today's video. I am about to go and do the first cohort coffee and crypto live stream with my Smoky Mountain mug right there. Oh my gosh, I love this mug. Check that out. Great Smokies. Great Smokies. I love coffee mugs. I'm starting a coffee mug collection. I'm very happy about it. So if you'd like to see my coffee mug collection, join the first cohort. A link's in the description down below. That is where you'll get access to our private Discord server, our private trading group, and our private coffee and crypto morning live streams. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm going to go and do that. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.